Hey, Ravings and Cravings here, otherwise known as Ruth Hartunian Allenbaugh, with the show brought to you by Wyndham Economic and Development folks and people from all over the listening area. I'm just a little overwhelmed with the great smells I'm enjoying here at the fish market here on Main Street. I'm here with owner Sebi Randazza. We'll be joined by Polly in a few minutes. Joe is not here, but this family business has been here for a couple of years, and so today I welcome Sebi first to the mic.
Good morning. Hi, Ruth. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. I have to tell you one thing. One of my favorite breakfasts that I ever had, and it really was breakfast, is I was walking. I bought some of the pre-made tuna salad.
Tuna salad?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And I got my utensil, and I sat out on the picnic benches, and I ate my breakfast.
Oh, that's great.
I watched the world go by. It was so good. So give us the details, name, address, phone number, how people find you.
The Fish Market, 1307 Main Street, Willimantic.
Mm-hmm.
Our phone number is 860-423-6455.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find us on Facebook, The Fish Market. You can order online at eTab.
What is that?
eTab.
Really?
Yep.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah. So if you search us at the Fish Market,
okay,
then our online option will pop up there, eTab. It's
Mm-hmm.
mainly through Facebook.
Okay. And so that's one way to order. Can people phone in and order and then pick it up?
Yep, and then you can also just call in, again, 860-423-6455.
All right. And when we talk about phoning in an order, what do you have to offer that people can order?
Oh, a lot of goodies.
I know. So many. Talk about it.
Most popular is our fish and chips. We use either haddock or cod.
Mm-hmm.
And then our second most popular would be our scallops, fried scallops.
Yes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also offer some grilled dishes like grilled salmon, grilled swordfish with rice. And we're trying to incorporate some side salads into the mix now.
What?
For a healthier option.
You think we don't get enough green things to eat, or what?
We just want to have another option for someone if they don't want fries with their meal.
Sure. That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
Hey, Polly just joined us. Welcome.
Thank you.
I was telling your brother earlier that I was here like a couple of years ago. He was saying early, like when you guys first took ownership here, and I still dream about the shrimp that you made for me. Oh my gosh, it was so good. What was on there? Do you even remember? Do you remember what was on there?
Oh my goodness, I'm trying to remember.
It was just a simple seasoning. It wasn't anything complicated, and it was not breaded.
I think I did like a tomato base with some tarragon.
I think that might have been it.
Yeah. And tarragon's a wonderful herb with seafood.
It is. It's like perfect. So, Polly, tell us a little bit about some of the things that are on the menu. And I think your brother said you have a chef that has come on site to join you.
We
so
do.
Yeah.
Yep. A local guy, Adam Zafarik.
Mm-hmm.
He seems to be adventurous, which we like.
Mm-hmm.
And he's adding a lot of exciting things as a side note to an already established menu.
So, some of the things you have to offer here besides food that you can take with you and eat, because there's really nowhere to eat inside of the store. You really have to either take it home or,
out.
I mean, I would eat on a picnic bench in February, wouldn't you? I mean,
Well, yeah.
got those out there. Yeah.
We eat outside every day.
And I would do that too. One thing that I appreciate about what you offer on the menu is that if it's on the menu, you're willing to cater to whoever it is who's coming in to make an order. So if they want something done a little bit differently.
Absolutely. We also take the mentality that if it's in that case and you want it cooked, we're not afraid to do that.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yep. We've taken a porgy, cut the head off, scaled it, breaded it, and fried it for someone whole.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
See, I just sit here and I just learn stuff. That to me is a game changer, because I would this is like a candy shop.
Yeah.
One of my favorite fishes that I bought for my Christmas last year was, I think it's called the John Dory.
John Dory.
John Dory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is a kind of a strange fish. It's not here all the time, but
Right.
It's seasonal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the late summer, early fall.
Yep. Different texture, different flavor profile.
Yep.
Yep, it's a good one.
It is a good one. So you have other frozen foods also on site too that people can buy. Tell us what you got.
We have some oddball things: alligator, crawfish,
Mhm.
Octopus.
octopus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Squid. A seafood melody if you wanted to do a seafood pasta. So it's got the mussels, the scallops, the shrimp already in there.
Mm-hmm.
There's conch meat. What else do we have over there?
Oh, you have conch there too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Is that ever on your menu? That's not on your menu, is it?
It's not because it's quite expensive.
Mm.
So it really needs to be that niche, something that somebody really knows what they're buying, and
Mm-hmm.
you can be some adventurous, but you got to be a little bit within the realm of somewhat normal
Mm-hmm.
for stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also frozen, we usually have our clams. There's two different types of stuffed clams, the regular and the Portuguese. The Portuguese are spicy.
Hmm.
What else we got frozen in there?
Crab cakes.
Crab cakes.
Yeah, but you can also buy that stuff fresh as well.
And you also
Yeah.
have the things that you would possibly need to cook with if you're buying fish. So you have other products available, so you don't have to go to the grocery store. It's all here,
Right.
Yep.
Right.
which include things like...
We have fish stock and shrimp stock
Mhm.
that's already made. And
That's
we have
nice.
lots of seasonings and spices and different types of breading for you to take home. We even have sushi rice.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wasabi. What else we got?
Don't you usually have a pile of lemons or something like that
Also,
Oh, yeah,
one-
sitting by the
nice.
register?
Some lemons, yeah.
Yeah, lemon and seafood.
Cocktail sauce.
Cocktail tartar.
Yeah, stormy
Yeah.
cocktail.
So it's like one-stop shopping for your seafood meal here.
Right.
Sure.
Right.
That sounds good to me. So you've been here for a couple of years. I'm wondering if you guys have personal favorites on the menu. What do you love?
My personal favorite's going to be, well, I have two.
Uh-huh.
Scallops, because they're the size of them and they're
Mhm.
so fresh.
Mm-hmm.
And two is a swordfish dish that my brother Paulie makes for me that he actually puts a little seasoning on it and does cornmeal on the outside and then drops it in the fryer for me.
Really?
Yeah, a piece of swordfish.
Okay,
And
well,
it's
get ready.
so good. We do have a swordfish on the menu, but not quite made like this.
Hmm.
But if anybody wanted it, they could certainly ask for it, and we'd make it for
So
them.
what would they call it? Sebi swordfish?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that would be a good way to ask for it. Sebi swordfish.
Because then you would know what it was.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right.
That sounds fantastic.
It is.
Yeah, I
fantastic.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
How about you, Polly? What do you love
Do
on
I
the
have
menu?
to pick one?
Well, he picked two, so you can have two. Okay.
I would say I love calamari.
Really?
Calamari, I do. I love it.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
I've had a special where I've done spicy Italian calamari. That's one of my favorites. I'll also love the swordfish multiple ways. And I do love shrimp. It's hard. I can't pick one, you know.
So, question about swordfish. I've had swordfish, and sometimes it's like really tough.
It's overcooked.
So that's how you know.
Mhm.
So there's a fine line with swordfish between done and overdone, and you have to really, really pay attention. We keep a thermometer right there,
Mm-hmm.
and we try to be very diligent about taking it off of the grill at that like 145 and let it carry over
Mm-hmm.
to where it needs to be. Most of your seafood is 145 is the safe zone.
Okay.
So that's when you've had tough swordfish, it was left cooking way past 145.
And then, do you have seafoods available that are like sushi grade?
We do, yep. Salmon, the scallops, and our tuna.
Really? They
Yep.
can all be eaten raw?
Yep.
That's awesome. Because,
Yeah.
like, that means that when you walk in, like, it can be fast food.
Totally.
Sure.
Get out of the case, go into your car,
Yeah.
start eating. It sounds good.
You know,
Well, you've been here for a couple of years, and I'm just a little curious about what was the journey that got you to the place where you planted yourself here at the fish market. So, both of you talk a little bit about, how you got here.
Sure. Coming from the liquor business for all my life since I was 9 years old. And we just decided we were looking for something a little bit different. We wanted to be in town on Main Street, and when the fish market came available, it was a business that was already very well established, very successful, very well known, and Brett and Terry, the previous owners, had done such a great job. It was a very easy transition for us to just kind of come in and learn a little bit from those guys and move forward. Yeah.
Very similar to him. What drove me was my affinity for cooking. So to have a commercial kitchen that I could do so many fun things really, really sucked me in. That's what I was excited about.
Well, what kind of cooking were you doing before you got here?
I was cooking for my family, and we would have all of the holidays, and I would get to cook. I mean, I've cooked so many odd things, and normal things.
Odd, but like what? Whatever you cook that's odd.
Well, I don't know if
Pig's feet.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to say it. It's all right.
We grew up as a Sicilian family, so we've eaten, some strange things that now have become things that we love. But we've always eaten seafood, so I would always do big, 20-gallon pots of, fish boils.
Oh, man.
Where there was crabs and
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff, and you just dump it out on a picnic table and have a feast.
Oh, that sounds so great. Can you do that could you do, if someone wanted to have something like that happen, could you create that so someone could do a boil?
We have talked, as far as putting it together, we absolutely could. We've talked about doing it on a menu basis where it had to be a pre-order for a holiday. And that's something that we would like to try.
It's a little time consuming if somebody just came in and ordered it, but a pre-order we could definitely pull it off. Yeah,
it takes a couple hours to do a proper boil.
Yeah. Well, I'm with you on the strange things. I grew up in an Armenian household, so we were eating everything from brains to tripe to
tripe's a regular on the menu.
Tripe. I tell no. That I draw the line. Okay, that's one of my 5 least favorite things, because I tell my mommy it smells like a gorilla cage in here when you make that. I just couldn't do the tripe. But it probably depends how you cook it.
You gotta boil it outside on the grill first.
Well, that didn't happen in my house. And kidneys and heart and tongue and
all that stuff. Yeah,
Dad grew up as a butcher, and so he didn't get the prime cuts of meat to take home when we were young. And he got all the leftovers or whatever anybody didn't want.
Well, and we fast forward to today, and those things are expensive now.
They're specialty items.
Yeah. They're not the throwaway things.
Right.
Well, back to fish. Okay, we got on a little rabbit trail here. So I was wondering if you could talk a little bit also, both of you, about the quality of your product, and then also talk about the people that you work with.
Sure. So Paul is our manager, Rob, our assistant manager. Paul is down at the docks every other day. He goes down to Stonington, Sewell, and Gambardella. He goes to Point Judith, and he's buying all the fresh and local stuff, all the fish that we can get out of our waters, sea bass, monkfish, porgies. And that stuff comes into us almost every 48 hours.
Refrigerated truck.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of important, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We assume that. But it's better to say, right?
Yeah.
And coolers, yeah. Yeah, and Paul and Rob are two big pieces of the day-to-day operations here. Yep. And then Alicia's been with us since the beginning. She's a front counter help. And obviously Mama Rose in the kitchen, doing a great job keeping things going. And then we just brought Adam Shafarik on. He's been with us for a couple months now. He's, as Paulie said, been very creative and coming up with a lot of new ideas.
Yeah, not much to add. Part of our what makes our seafood super fresh is that we submerge all of our fish in ice in a cooler inside of our cooler.
Oh my goodness.
So you're getting the ultimate amount of freshness that you can extract from a product. A lot of places, well, I shouldn't say that, but if you don't do what we do, you're not getting the best that you can. So we go the extra mile every day to do those things and make sure everything's perfectly iced. In our case, We change the ice every single day, you know.
Wow.
So we really go the extra mile to make things as fresh as possible.
So that sounds like quite a high standard.
That's how it has to be.
It has to be for
Yeah.
seafood. Yeah, it has to be.
It's definitely, you have to be diligent. You know, it's a lot of work.
It is, yeah. Well, I've eaten seafood at the shoreline. I've eaten seafood in a lot of different places, and even in other parts of the world. And hands down, fish market here, you guys do it like way better than most.
Yeah, we do that
Thank
extra
you.
step. You know, we really.
Yeah.
Between the flavor and the freshness, the quality of the product,
Yeah.
you're really getting an excellent something to take home.
Right.
Or if you can't wait till then, to eat in your car.
There you go. Yep.
You have some people here who've been here for a long time as far as staff people.
Yep.
And one thing that I am really impressed with is they know the answers to all the questions that people ask. Like, they're experts when it comes to, like, how do I do this fish? What do I do with it? Where did it come from? How long? What's the, can I put it in my freezer? All that kind of, I mean, these hypothetical questions. But what I'm saying is, you have people who are experts and they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, part of the blessing of coming and doing business here is you not only get a great product, but you have people who know what to do with it.
Right.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah, get a little education if you need it. Yeah.
Education is a
Yeah.
good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul started his journey on a fishing boat 30 years ago. So he's seen it from all sides, and Rob's been in the seafood industry, if I'm not mistaken, for 30 years also.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
goodness.
those two guys are, practically sprouting fins themselves.
Wealth of knowledge. Yeah.
Yep.
Are one of them the guy who has the boots on most of the time?
Yeah, fishmonger. They
That's
both
Paul.
do. Yeah, they both do. Paul's our fishmonger. He's the fish buyer,
Mm-hmm.
and is the manager of the market. And then Rob's the assistant manager, and he does a lot of the cutting of the fish in the back.
So what's a monger?
Uh,
Do you know?
A fish
Do I know?
buyer.
I think
Pure-
it's
pure?
a handler, I think is the terminology. I'm not 100% sure. But your fishmonger is your guy that brings in your fish and fillets it and processes it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah,
Exactly.
does the buying too, maybe?
Yeah.
The buying,
The expert.
the transporting, and the filleting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does the future hold for the fish market? What do you have plans? Do you have secrets?
We do. We do. We'd
Things
like
you can
to-
talk about
I'd
or
like
not?
to be able to take it to the next level in terms of a little bit of a renovation, just clean it up a little bit, bring it into 2023,
Mm-hmm.
but then also be able to offer maybe a little bit more of prepared food that you can come in and take home with you to make your meal a little bit easier. For instance, like our seafood salad, our tuna salad that you had mentioned earlier. Get more into that type of pre-made salad stuff that you can just take home. So offering a little more in the prepared, cold but prepared food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We'd also like for people to start being able to visualize the actual fish. It's one thing that we're kind of striving for. We want to make some space. We want people to see what is. Have you ever seen a swordfish?
I have. I
So
have.
how many people haven't? And we'd love to be able to have that visual. Come in and see a 200-pound swordfish.
Mm-hmm.
And we would have it in a case and pick your steak if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Those are things we would like to do. It's just tough with space, a whole tuna in there,
Mm-hmm.
Those are things that we've been talking about for the last 18 months.
Or even something
wow.
simple like the John Dory. People don't know what is John Dory.
Mm-hmm.
So you see this fish, it's almost rounded or like football shape, and its mouth kind of protrudes out. And
And
so,
it's shiny.
and to have that on display is I think, educational. People see, hey, yeah, I eat John Dory, I like it, now I know what it looks like.
So as a
Yeah.
person who homeschooled her kids, I would love that because it would be an educational
you
opportunity.
go.
So
Right.
you come in, you learn about the fish, you pick your fish out, you go home, you learn how to cook it, and then you learn how to clean up when you're
That's
done.
great. Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like from start to finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John, you got to blow out your walls here,
I
guys.
know. We got to make it bigger.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we would like to do. We're kind of bound by these four walls.
Yeah.
The Randazzo way is to strive for the stars. We don't usually, we don't like to be held back. So that's what we're pushing for. That's the future.
But if that means you're going to have to be closed, that's just going to be sad.
No,
Okay.
we won't do that.
We're not
work-
going to talk about
We'll
that.
work it out. Yeah. We'll work it
Okay,
out.
all right.
We'll blow out a wall and hand it out the window if we have to.
Set up makeshift shop somewhere.
All right, so give us the details again, the business name, the address, phone number, how to contact you for food, etc. The hours. I don't even think I did that at the beginning.
Yep, sure. So the Fish Market, Main Street, Willimantic, 1307. Our phone number is 860-423-6455. We are closed on Mondays. We're open Tuesday to Friday from 11 to 7. Saturday 10 to 6. And Sunday 11 to 5. And you can find us on Facebook at thefishmarket.com, and then also on eTab is our online ordering operation.
You also have some smoked things in there, I think, that were like ready to go too, or don't
That's
you?
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do. We have oh my goodness, there's so many mackerel,
Yeah, what do you have?
salmon, bluefish, scallops, mussels,
Trout.
shrimp, trout.
I love the trout. I've had.
There's tuna, and each one of those, or not every one of them, but some of them are offered in multiple different flavors: maple, pepper, plain smoked. So there's a plethora of smoked fish that's available.
Well, the world, not the world, but, a lot of people are really enjoying this thing called the charcuterie.
Oh my goodness,
Very
yeah.
popular.
Very, very
Yeah.
popular. I'm thinking, you know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking, right? Right?
An option on your charcuterie
Absolutely.
board. Yeah.
Bring it on there. That'd be
That's a
awesome.
great idea.
My friend gave me one for Christmas. I may have to
Put some fish on.
test drive that and put
Yeah.
some things on there.
Yes.
There you go.
But yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds great. Any closing remarks, guys? Anything that you feel like I've missed? Anything you want the public to know that you have here, or what you're about here at the fish market?
Just mention that Brother Joe, he's also part owner in this. He kind of does the day-to-day operations for us while Polly and I are out in the woods Monday through Friday. That the fish market does attend farmers markets. Right now we're in Ellington at the Ellington High School on Saturday mornings from 9 to noon. And then in the summer, we're at Arbor Park in Ellington every Saturday
Wow.
from 9 to noon. Yep. And that's about all I had.
One thing I would like to add to the public is don't be afraid to ask questions and to ask for things. If you don't see something, we would love to try and get it for you. If you want something cooked that's odd, don't be afraid to ask. We had people ask for a swordfish sandwich with bacon. Absolutely,
What?
we can do that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
So don't be
interesting.
afraid to ask for. We'll try to accommodate in any way we can. And I think that's the one thing I would like people to know.
I think that is a key point. And if you're going to do something like that, you have to learn that you have to be patient, because your food is being cooked from start to finish just for you.
Right,
So,
right.
if you can just come in when you're not too hungry, so you don't get too impatient. And
Right. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to ask for something that takes a while, understand that it'll take a while. But yeah.
And don't be afraid to reach out to us on social media with comments or concerns.
So thanks, Subby and Polly, for being here. Thanks to the Fish Market for serving your community. I'm signing off today on 1400 AM, 95.3 FM, Good Company, WILI. Thanks for being here, people. Bye-bye.